Now here's a question. How do you impress a girl and stand out from the other guys that may have been approaching her, so that she finds you an attractive proposition? Well, there are certain little changes and adjustments that you can make to be a more attractive version of yourself that can allow you to give off a different vibe from the guys around and make her think you're the only one for her. Okay, maybe not quite to that extent, but these tips on this video are going to help you to make a better first impression so that she will at least think that you are more attractive and different from other guys, and all using the clothing that you're wearing. Here are 5 ways you can instantly impress a girl using your style. Now you'll probably be expecting a rehashed same old tip like just dress better. And whilst dressing, better and caring more about your image as a whole, it's certainly going to help, guys in general are becoming more and more image conscious. There's more competition everywhere. So we're going past that onto the next sort of steps. The first way you can impress a girl is really going to help if this is a girl that you see on a relatively regular basis. And that tip is stop wearing just sneakers 24/7. Trainers are great, they're a stylish, casual choice if done right. But the thing is, if you're wearing these in and out every single day, seemingly regardless of location or occasion, then that really comes across as a bit plain. And also, it's not really going to set you apart from most other guys. For instance, at least here in the UK, many nights out that I've been on to your regular towns, not super fancy bars, but just regular clubs, almost every guy in the club is just wearing trainers. And often, because loads of guys love to buy the big brand trainers, they're all wearing exactly the same trainers. You need to throw in some different shoes every once in a while, or boots, depending on the time of the year. Because believe it or not, girls really care about what shoes you wear. When I go shopping with my girlfriend, she is incredibly picky about any shoes that I choose. And if you have a look online on any video interviews or even research, you will find that girls tend to like shoes on a guy. They think it makes a real difference to how stylish they are. So if you're planning on going to a nightclub wearing smashed up Converse, for instance, then why not consider wearing something different? A nice pair of brogues, maybe some chucker boots. These don't have to be super formal by any means, and they don't even have to be super high quality. But switching these in and out of your wardrobe, depending on the occasion, can really take your style to the next level. And girls are going to be impressed that you're not just wearing the same footwear as a 15-year-old boy's wearing. The second way to instantly impress a girl is one that will work even if you don't know the girl. It's one of the sexy, finer details. And that is wearing a wristwatch that actually stands out. Now, number one, I think that wearing a wristwatch in the first place certainly helps. When I was younger, I never used to bother wearing a watch, partly because my wrists were incredibly thin, but also I didn't really see their purpose as an accessory that can make you look awesome. Now, more and more guys are learning about using watches as a way to improve their style. But unfortunately, 99% of dudes are just going for the boring, bog standard, Daniel Wellington cheap Chinese watch designs. And these look aesthetically okay, the quality's pretty poor, but the relation to this video is that, everyone's wearing these. There's no way that you're particularly going to stand out against somebody else. It's not like she's even going to be impressed with the quality of such watches. How about something more like these? The face on these watches looks even better than her face. These are both from one of my favourite watch brands, which is Holzkern. And they're sponsoring today's video because their watches look different from anyone else's. They're pretty much made to help you stand out and impress people. They've got watches made out of a variety of different natural materials. You've got several wood options. Some of my favourites are the ones with the marble and the stone faces on. I think that these just look so premium and a heck of a lot more unique than the stereotypical Daniel Wellington style. These guys are based out of Austria. They're a relatively new company. I first featured them in a video, I think about 3 months ago, and you guys responded far better than I even imagined. So I'm teaming up with them again for this video because I think it's a perfect match. They have so many styles and shapes and sizes really to choose from, there's going to be something there for you. They've got many different types of really affordable quartz watches, great for everyday wear, as well as a selection of automatic watches just like this black and silver one. You can feel the weight and the quality. And the thing for me is I first found this brand on Instagram and the watches looked so good, so I asked them to send me some and they arrived, and for once, unlike with almost any other brand, the watches actually look in person as they do online. And it sounds simple, but it's something that loads of brands miss. So you're going to get a watch that looks amazing, that looks like what no one else has got on. And truthfully, I would say that I get a lot more compliments when I'm wearing a Holzkern watch than any of my other sort of regular watches. And overall, I think that these go with a bunch of stuff a great stylish choice. Go and check out their enormous range down in the description below. Believe me, you won't be short of options, but when it comes to the checkout, make sure you use the code EVERYMAN15, because that'll get you 15% off anything that you order. Even if that means picking one up for the missus. Shh. I hope she's not watching this video, but she'll love that one. They seem like a really solid company, and they actually donate every time that you buy one of their watches to deforestation funds, so that they can keep bringing you these awesome, sexy watches. To tuck or not to tuck, that's the next question. Because when it comes to impressing women, tons of guys make the same mistake, and they're wearing shirts that are incredibly long, untucked, and it flaps down, goes past their bum, looks very weird. If you've got a shirt of this sort of length, that's because it's designed to be tucked in. If you want to wear a shirt untucked, then make sure it rests a bit higher on your groin and bum, because then it'll keep the proportions of your body more in check. And you won't look like the other 40% of guys out there who are wearing shirts that are way too big. I think loads of dudes think if they tuck in their shirt, they'll end up looking super formal, or they'll end up being really sweaty if they're in a place like a nightclub. A stylish polo shirt can always do the trick if it's going to be a hot environment. The fourth way to instantly impress a girl and set yourself apart from other guys in the room is don't be so reliant on hoodies. In fact, wear less hoodies and more jackets, unless you're jacked like a Greek god. If you're a really muscular guy, then you can look pretty decent in hoodies, because decent ones tend to be of quite a stretchy material. It can really show your muscles. But if this doesn't describe you, then try a jacket instead. There are various different types that you can go for that stop you from looking sloppy and start making you look stylish. You can even get jackets that are made out of the same comfy material as hoodies, but follow a better profile. Especially useful if you're at uni, for instance. If you go to university, you'll know that loads of guys tend to wear sort of hoodies on a day-to-day basis. This can just make you look like you take care of yourself a bit more than other dudes. And the fifth way to impress girls is also one that follows a similar sort of trend to this. And that is, don't just dress like everyone else, or constantly just copy what your friends are wearing. It doesn't work. I think loads of guys, especially those who don't watch these YouTube videos online, they struggle to know how to dress. And as a result, they just take a look at other guys and think, yeah, I need to get a pair of them skinny jeans, I need to get a pair of them trainers, I need to get a similar t-shirt to that. It's just daft. And it makes you look like a worse clone version of that person. And it's the same if that guy's one of your friends. Set your own style, decide what you want to wear. I probably need to make some more outfit suggestion videos to give you some more ideas on what you could wear, but find what works for you, not necessarily what works just for that other person. And there's something that's really key to impressing girls as well. And this one isn't really to do with style. I nearly considered not putting this one on the list, but this is crucially important, especially if you're getting up close. And that is your smell. There is nothing more disgusting than someone that absolutely reeks, especially in closed environments like restaurants or bars or clubs. If I was in a nightclub and I found a really attractive girl who'd similarly done some of the things off this list, she stood out to me, went over to approach her, and then as soon as I got near her, ooh, or as soon as she breathed near me, no matter how good you look, if you smell terrible, people aren't going to want to kiss you even. And they're certainly not going to want to linger around near you. You need to make sure that your body smells nice, but that also your breath smells nice. Make sure you use a fragrance before you leave the house, as well as antiperspirant under your arms so that you're not sweating and smelling like death. And that pizza may have tasted great earlier on today, but it's probably left your breath smelling of onions. Gargle with mouthwash, brush your teeth properly, and then you'll be sorted. And then she won't be let down at the very last moment by your stench. Hopefully you found at least one of these tips useful, because first impressions count. Remember, if you want to make a first impression using a Holzkern watch, check the links down in the description. Thanks to them for sponsoring me, because they make killer products. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you smash a like on it. And if you want to see similar videos just like this on what to wear, how to style your hair, stuff like that to make you feel as attractive as possible, press the round subscribe icon right there. Got 2 more fun videos for you to watch right down there as well. And I'll see you on the next one, lads.